Hi, it's Andy Lockwood. I wrote this book, The Incomparable Applicant, and what this book teaches you about is the truth about what it takes to get into a top college today, even if your grades and scores are nearly identical to 5,000 other applicants. One of the key things that I teach in this book, and frankly, one of the most shocking things, at least judged by the feedback from people that I know who've read the book, is that the whole process of getting into college is not a meritocracy. So that may not be too shocking to you, but you may be surprised at how little or how much grades are weighted in the whole equation. So grades and standardized test scores, your ACT and your SAT, very important. But at most competitive colleges, those are only about 60% of the equation. So if you're looking at a program like Naviance, or you're looking at some other type of program that's going to, or website that's going to help you handicap your chances of getting in, and you think you're in the middle somewhere of the grades and the score range, okay, that's a good sign, but it may not be as good of a sign as you think for those reasons. Number one, 40% of the equation is not grades and scores. So that's your extracurricular activities, that's whether you won an award, that's all sorts of other volunteer hours. But the rest of the story is that most competitive colleges will admit, they have a class each year, a cohort that they let in, but the way that is made up is that only 2/3 of that class, I'm sorry, completely. All right. Hi, it's Andy Lockwood, the author of The Incomparable Applicant. This was an Amazon bestseller back in the day. And I want to tell you about what it really takes to get into school, to a top college today, because many parents are surprised when they learn that what they thought was true turns out not to be true, or at least misleading. So what do I mean by that? If you look at any, like Naviance or some other type of website that's designed to handicap your kid's chances of getting into a certain school, you'll see grades, you'll see standardized test scores, and that's about it. Now that's a decent, I guess, a set of factors that can help you, think about those colleges. But what you should understand is that grades and scores, although they're important, they may be only 60% of the equation of, the total factors that admissions officers consider. So what does that mean? Well, that means that you need to work on the other 40%, particularly because so many kids are competing with others who have virtually the same grades and scores. You could have the same academic credentials as 5,000 other kids at any given school. So that's part A. College is not a meritocracy. Part B builds on that. The second part of this video, I want to talk to you about who really gets into college. At any given competitive college, meaning schools that admit 50% or less, roughly 2/3 of the slots for new kids are reserved for non-academic reasons. This is not politically correct, but I don't really have any agenda other than to give you the truth, the actual fair picture of what's going on. 2/3 are reserved for recruited athletes, legacies, kids whose parents went there, underrepresented minorities, international students, development cases, meaning very affluent kids from very affluent families who might develop into donors. This is all done because colleges have their own agendas which have really nothing to do with a student's agenda. And that's why I say it's not a meritocracy. So in other words, if you are applying or you're looking around in colleges and you're looking at stats, you may think you have a fair shot at getting in, but what you need to understand is that those special categories tend to bring down those statistics, those grades and those scores. So if you're not a special category, you have to work a whole lot harder. And if you fail to recognize this when you're a senior in the fall of senior year, you may suffer what we refer to as admissions Armageddon, meaning you don't get into any of the schools that you thought that you should have gotten into because you didn't understand the whole process. So if you want more information, The Incomparable Applicant, you can pick it up on Amazon. You can also check out our website, collegeplanningGuru.com, which has all kinds of free information, including webinars on college admissions secrets. So I encourage you to do one or both. Whatever floats your boat. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you found this valuable, and please, please, please like it, share it, comment, please spread it around. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.